might go without saying, but I see a lot of movies in the movie theater. And in my recent months going to see all the summer releases, there's one trailer that I couldn't exactly escape anytime I went. Because you know how trailers happen before the movies, ridiculously long amounts of advertisements. And amid all those advertisements for movies coming out in the next few months, there was always one trailer that I always saw without fail before every single movie I was watching, and that was Strays, a weird mashup of Beverly Hills Chihuahua and Ted that's just like dogs cursing and saying the most random and off-the-cuff things you've ever heard before in your life. Watching the trailer, I was never really impressed. I thought the jokes were juvenile. I'm not a huge Will Ferrell fan. And I just kind of wrote it off. I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother to watch this. It looks just terrible. And then I got an invite to an advanced screening that was 2 days ago, and it releases next Friday. And I was like, okay, maybe I should go check this out. So yeah, thank you Universal for the invite to the advanced screening. I went, and it was a very packed audience. It wasn't really, there was like 5 other people in there. And also I got my photo next to a fire hydrant, and I was holding a sign with a kind of funny quote that maybe a Facebook mom would laugh at. Comedy. So yeah, going into this film, I didn't really expect much based on the marketing, because I don't think you could really expect anything special based on that terrible marketing they released. I just wanted a fun movie. I just wanted to be able to laugh. I just wanted to be able to have a good time. I don't even know how to start this. Okay. Strays is exactly the movie that you would expect from the marketing. But it's bad. It's just terrible.
What are those?
Kind of looks like food. Oh, give me a second.
You look different.
You look different too.
How so? Is it my human hands?
Let's start with the positives. First off, the CGI on the talking dogs is decent. Notice I didn't say good. Here's the thing about this film. There are shots that are beautifully rendered and natural looking of dogs talking on the screen, where your brain goes, oh my gosh, that looks like a talking dog, like a real talking dog. And that's what I love about those shots. And then those shots are interjected with the most grotesque and unnatural looking shots of a CGI dog talking that make you literally scared. They literally instill a sense of fear in you as you watch this humanoid creature on screen. You're like, what is this? They look like they have a permanent address in the uncanny valley. It is that bad. The cast itself has several standouts. I love Jamie Foxx here as Bug. He gives a very energetic and playful voice performance here, which I wasn't expecting. Isla Fisher as Maggie, an Australian Shepherd, is very fun, very energetic, very charismatic. Randall Park plays a dog named Hunter in a hilarious role that I think really fits his comedic capabilities perfectly. He's very well cast here, but I think the cast member that really impressed me the most is Will Forte as Doug, the really bad owner of Reggie, the main character. He is so funny to watch here. I'm a huge fan of Forte's work in the past. I think he does not get enough credit for how funny that man is. I think he's just so well cast here. He gets to really shine comedically, and he is such a delight to watch. I'm really happy he got this role, and I really hope it leads to more comedic roles going forward, because he really deserves them. He's really funny, and no one else seems to really think that. Overall, if you go in expecting what you saw in the trailers, as I mentioned, you're going to have a fun time with it. And I thought that some of it was kind of funny, clever-ish, but there's a lot of the points in this film where it kind of just lost me. Will Ferrell is unfortunately very obnoxious here as Reggie, the main character. He's not fun to listen to. His character is very whiny and annoying. It gets on your nerves after a while, and you spend most of the film with this character, like basically all the film with this character. So it's really unfortunate that they made a main character this hateable and unlikable, and it really just kind of makes it not fun to watch whenever he's on screen, which is unfortunately for most of the runtime, as I said before. The script is also very bad, particularly bad, in fact. I wasn't expecting a amazing script going in, because I know this film is not trying to do that. I just wanted competently written lines, and it just failed. It's not well written. The lines come off as cringy and outdated and just not fun. There's also some celebrity cameos in here that really just were out of place and really took me out of the film. There were segments of the film where I was actually decently engaged, and then they would add a celebrity cameo in there, and I'm like, why are you here? Amid all these minor problems, though, I think the main issue with this film, for me personally, is that I didn't find it funny. Now, before you write down the comments, Mitchell, it doesn't matter if you didn't find it funny. Other people might. I get that. Humor is subjective. I understand that. I might not find this funny. You might think it's the most hilarious thing on the planet. And if you do, all power to you. I'm very happy that you could find a sense of enjoyment in the humor in this film. I wish I could, honestly. So I'm not writing this to say that I didn't find it funny and you shouldn't find it funny. If you think this is a funny film, go for it. Laugh yourself silly. Personally, it just didn't work for me. It was very juvenile, immature, and I felt some of the humor, it's supposed to be like edgy and dark because it's R-rated, but I felt like in certain sequences, it goes way too far. It goes like beyond the boundaries of dark humor, especially in one scene, no spoilers, but I don't even know how that was greenlit. I was like sitting there, I'm like, even for an R-rated dog film, this is dark. I don't understand why they even included this. None of the humor in and of itself is very unique or clever, except for a few lines here and there where I was like, oh, that's funny, like a play on words or something like that. And the ending of this film wraps up in one of the worst sequences I have seen in a film this year. I've seen a lot of bad films this year. Just ask me like what I saw at Sundance, and half those films were pretty bad. This is by far the worst scene I've seen in film so far this year. I was waiting for the film this year that would kind of lead me to that point and make me go like that. And unfortunately, it strays. This ending is just a terrible scene. I hate it so much. I don't know why it ends like this. I think it's one of the worst like film scenes I think I've ever seen. It is that bad. And the fact that it ends the film off like that really just left me with a bad taste in my mouth. I walked out of the theater like with a grimace on my face. I'm like, man, I can't believe they just went there. Overall, Strays is exactly the type of movie you would expect if you were just going in to expect. Overall, Strays is a competently made film from a filmmaking perspective. I mean, some of the cinematography and editing was actually quite nice. Unfortunately, it's just disappointing in pretty much every other category. I would cautiously recommend this if you just go in and want a funny movie. I guess go for it, but don't expect a clever and funny movie. That's the difference between the two. This film is not clever, and I didn't find it that humorous. I guess some of the humor could be termed as funny, but yeah, I just don't think it really works as a comedy film. So for that reason, I'm going to give Strays a 48 out of 100. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new to this channel, please click the subscribe button down below, like the video, and comment down below. And turn on push notifications so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel. With that being said, this is Mitchell signing off. Peace out.